Have you ever wondered why the best athlete in the world can so smoothly and so seamlessly win their competition? Well, today I'm gonna break down the one single habit that makes all the things incredible for them, and it all comes down to visualization. So, basically, you may ask what actually is visualization, and the most simple way I can describe it is actually a mental training tool that everyone can use it in order to prepare themselves to something that is going to happen in the future. Yeah, in the case of athletes and the performance, we're talking about competitions and games. Specifically, the concept behind it is that our brain cannot distinguish what is real between what we see as human being or what our mind can imagine. So it actually turns out that the best athletes do it on a daily basis and over a period of week, 1 month, and 1 year. How do you think that will impact their end result? Yes. So what's the reason of practice visualization? The reason behind it is because at the end of the day you can handle pressure way more better, and you may ask, what if that events happen? What if I spare my ankle? What if our team is winning, but at one point all of a sudden in a few minutes we are losing and we're all tense? What if? Yes, this is the thing. And you have to be honest with yourself, understanding that how many times things in the competition or in your game went the way you wanted, right? So it's very unpredictable, it's very hard to predict what is going to happen, and basically because we are humans, and the only thing that we can control is in our hands. So that's why athletes like Michael Phelps visualize themselves racing their game over again thousands of times through their time in a specific time of day. So I'm gonna break down 5 simple steps in order to make you visualize like an Olympic champion. And the first one step is setting the environment. You have to be in a quiet room, a place that you're familiar with, and that you can be in your time frame of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, wherever it is. You can be relaxed and let your mind think and imagine. Yes. And when it comes to the what, you have a few options. Yes. If you are really beginner of this practice, you can actually write down in a few sentences in a piece of paper what you're gonna do, what can happen in a game, what you actually are feeling. Are you tense? Are you warm? Are you tired? Wherever it is, are you energetic? Are you helping your team? Or are you just focused on yourself? Yes. So write it down if you're beginning. If not, our mind and the overall concept is about mental entropy. So it always wander. It actually diverge between what we truly want, and that's why it's so powerful to write down. And the third part is about taking breath, taking big breath, small breath, playing with it, understanding that with calm and slowing down yourself, relaxing yourself, you can let your mind wandering more, and you create high value images for yourself. Of course, the winning shot, the losing part, how you are gonna handle that, and the trick is about playing it multiple times. It's not about the single event of yourself winning or wherever it is. It is about playing with the process, understanding the movements, and of course adding that to the feelings of yourself, of your environment. So close your eyes, understand, see vividly what you're doing, as I told you before, not only in the good moments, but actually in what actually can go wrong, what is the worst thing that could happen in a game, what actually is the best thing that could happen in a game. Yes, you got to visualize yourself, your specific drills, your specific moment that are gonna make you win the competition, are gonna make you win the game. But at the same time, understand that truthfully a lot of things that happen in a game we cannot control, especially if you are in a sport that doesn't come to the timer. Yes, when I say timer, I say sports like running, swimming, basically sports, but where you have a time to beat. Yes, in all the other sports where you have a one-to-one situation, or a team versus team situation, you gotta be more flexible, because the things that you cannot control, the environment, the external people, the other team, are these variables are way more. And like I said, it's not the heaviness of yourself, or even the swollenness, how much you're not heavy, how much you're fast, the heaviness of your foot, how much you can do a specific movement in a short amount of time, how much you are more explosive than the other guys. Yes, so as promised, I'm gonna show you the exact same tools that Michael Phelps used himself to win over 25 Olympic medals, in order to visualize himself. So the first thing that he actually do is prepare himself in order to focus. Yes, so like I said, it's not about just controlling the variables, it's also visualize in time in advance. Yes, when it comes to specific to him, he liked to visualize month before the competition. Yes, so it's not just about 1 week, 2 week, or depending on your sport, you may actually visualize a specific competition that you want to maybe to win. Yeah, but specifically when it comes to sport with a specific time, you gotta be more, as I said before, more flex. And honestly, Michael Phelps visualized different type of things. He not only visualized just himself racing in a good way scenario. Yes, he raced hundreds, thousands of times his perfect race. And the reason of that is simply because when it comes to the moment of the competition, he played that role play thousands of times in his mind, in order that it seemed actually smoothless. Yes, so he not only visualized himself specific in the race part, but when it comes down to the preparation, to the warm-up, every single small details he actually visualized. How actually he would put his headphones on his head, how he would stretch before a few seconds before the race would start. Every single detail was important to him, and that's the reason it was smooth. So when it comes to him, Michael Phelps himself, he actually visualized specifically when he was younger, before going to sleep. He actually would role play himself doing the competition, doing the warm-up. In every single little steps, he would do the perfect race, or even in a bad race. Yes, there's a story where he would actually lose his eyewear when he was swimming, and he could actually swim without seeing it, just by counting the numbers of brackets he would do. Yes, so that's actually the level of mastery that Michael Phelps had. And every single detail, every single movement, the numbers, the way you do it, will gonna influence and decide the result of your competition.